Hola, my name is StryperandJesus, and this is my debut video. Yay! Alright, my debut video is about secular music. Now, this is a weird topic for a debut video, I think, because most people would, just explain a little about themselves, but I'll do that in the next video. But today's video is about secular music. Now, let's get to the point. I don't believe in listening to secular music to a point. Because, excuse me, most secular music either has A, swearing, B, not satanic, but, sexual themes, C, has a lot of, dark themes to it, like a lot of modern metal does. I mean, even 80s metal and stuff, and going back to, the Black Sabbath days in the 70s, and then it has, like country music is a big thing about that, because they swear a lot in country music. I mean, they don't say anything too bad, but they say the D word, they say the H word, and, they talk about getting drunk and, picking up that really hot chick or going and sleeping with her or something. And, that's partly why I don't listen to country music, because every other song is about that. But, I'm a metalhead myself, so I like to listen to a lot of metal mostly. But, yeah, and that's why I don't listen to too much secular music. But there is a point that I draw a line to with not listening to secular music, or there's a point that I allow myself to listen to secular music. One, if it doesn't have swearing. Two, if it's not, sexually immoral, the song. 3, if it doesn't have any hidden dark meanings to it, like, I can't really think of one right now, but, anything that has a dark meaning to it, anything that really is not positive, and, anything that's not good. Like, for instance, Megadeth. Their new stuff is very, very good. Like their United Abominations album, I mean, sure, he did swear a little bit, but he didn't say anything worse than the S word, which even to some isn't a swear word. I don't think. To some people it isn't, but excuse me. But I even use Megadeth as my cover track, because their song Never Walk Alone is a secular song, but it is also a Christian song if you think about it. The lyrics go, "I'll never let you walk alone. I love you when you still hated me." Jesus is saying to his children, "I'll never let you walk alone. I will always be there for you, and I loved you even whenever you didn't know me or didn't love me back, even though I loved you." And that's very evident in that song. And their song about burnt ice is about drugs and how it will destroy you. And I like to listen to their music because a lot of the songs that they have, even before Mustaine got saved, and yes, Dave Mustaine is now a Messianic Jew, a Jewish Christian. Even before he got saved, a lot of his songs weren't bad. They didn't have swearing too much like most bands did in the 80s, and they didn't have swearing like most bands did. He didn't write too many bad songs with dark meanings, and I don't really recall, he might have, but I don't really recall knowing about any songs that had any sexual themes to them. The most one I've heard was Trust, and that didn't even have one. That was the closest thing to them that I've heard. But I allow myself to listen to allow myself to listen to secular music to a point, as long as it doesn't have those things in there, and that's just what I believe. And some people may bring up the Bible verse. What about, the Bible verse that says, "Come out from among them"? And I am coming out from among them. I don't listen to secular music. It doesn't dominate my life. I listen to a lot of Christian music. Most of my playlist on my Windows Media Player is Christian. Most of the CDs I have is Christian, or is a band made up of Christians. For example, Rob Rock. he is a stone cold Christian, or not stone cold, but I mean he's a, you know, in your face Christian. His lyrics reflect Jesus and reflect Christianity. And I listen to mostly Christian music. It's just there are some bands that I like that happen to be secular, and so I will listen to their music as long as they're not bad. I mean, and then there's the Bible verse. Now I'm just spitballing here and just trying to pull this out that says, you know, don't let evil things in you that doesn't glorify God, or something along the lines of that. I'm not sure, but I mean, I'm not letting an evil thing in me if it's not about evil. If it's not if the song is not evil in itself, how am I letting something evil into me? Now, I prayed to God about this. I prayed to God on the subject about having long hair. I prayed to God about the subject of you know, listening to secular music, and I don't have a problem with it. And God hasn't told me to give it up or, you know, to worry about it. God also says, don't worry about these things like, you know, having long hair or eating pig. You know, like in the Old Testament it says, do not eat like swine or something. God says don't worry about these things. As long as you're doing God's will, what's it gonna matter? And in the end, when we all get to heaven, it's not gonna matter. God's not going to send me to hell for having long hair. God's not going to send me to hell for listening to music that's positive but not Christian. And a lot of Christian music, I say, because a lot of Christian music, they're not living their lives the way they should be. There's a website that says Christian Rock Exposed. It shows a lot of, you know, what these Christian bands you know, have done, and you know, there's hidden things about them that they don't want to tell anybody, but still, some Christian bands live their lives like the world. They just, you know, proclaim Jesus and slap a Jesus sticker on their CD and, you know, call themselves Christians. But again, God's not going to, I personally believe, and God hasn't given me any conviction about listening to secular music, but I personally don't believe that God's going to send me to hell just because I listen to secular music that's positive. Now, that's just what, you know, had to say. And now this was my debut video. This really was more of an opinion of mine and not necessarily a ministering in sort of way of a video, but this is just my opinion, and I would love to get feedback on you guys. I would love for all you Christians out there and to, you know, just give me feedback and just give me some comments, and, you know, discuss it between yourselves and discuss it with me too. That'd be great. I'd like to just get this thing started off and you know, start off with a bang and just, you know, start, you know, ministering to people on YouTube, because I think that's the thing that God would love for me to do, to just start witnessing to people instead of just having this YouTube page for nothing. Well, it's getting up to the 8:45 mark pretty soon, in about 10 seconds, and it's got a cutoff limit about 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off here. I thank you so much for watching this video, and I just hope that, you know, this will get started and God will use me to minister to you guys. I pray that you have a great day, and I pray that God blesses you each and every day and that you follow Him. Jesus, peace.